Good Friday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I am the host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's go on ahead and get up talk about the weather for your Friday evening going into your Saturday morning. You might be looking like, what are we looking at? Well, here is the camera of downtown Somerville inside of Hutchinson Square. You know how on TV the people start off by looking at a camera view of what's going on right now inside of, they just pick out some random camera or whatever. So I just decided to start this one off inside of Somerville. I might do another one in a couple of more towns later. But I just decided, let's try something different for once, and let's go ahead and choose this one. So this is what's going on inside of Somerville. Obviously raining. Um, Obviously raindrops on the camera, but we're not here to stare at cameras. We're here to talk about the weather. So going on ahead and looking at the radar for South Carolina only. We do have rain down to our south, though, just south of Augusta, and we have this huge blob of precipitation going through eastern South Carolina right now, and the low country PD regions as well. We do have some strong storms down here, bringing persistent lightning and some thunder to portions of Hanahan, Charleston, down North Charleston, and that's why there is a flood advisory for. Let me see if I can kind of like draw it. Kind of like for like this region right here, there is a flood advisory because of all this precipitation that is falling, and downtown Charleston's notoriously known for flooding a lot, so obviously that's going to be an issue. That's why they issued a flood advisory for them down there, downtown Charleston, North Charleston, Daniel Island, all those places like that. So that is that. And obviously, we do have precipitation going all the way up towards Myrtle Beach and Conway, coming through Marion, Dillon, up into North Carolina, and then goes through Bishopville, Sumter, Manning, Monk's Corner, and kind of does like this little curve, goes through Folly Beach and Allendale, and then this is what it looks like. So that is that. We may have a couple of showers up there inside the upstate, and obviously we have this big blob down here just south of Augusta. We talked about that. But let's go ahead and talk about all of the entire United States. So going on ahead and switching over to the MRMS, we went ahead and switch over to the winter weather. And I mean, you can already see there goes that huge blob over us right now. We do have a huge rain blob, not only for us, but for most of the East Coast, going from the Ohio Valley down into Florida. And then we do have some snow. It seemed like all the way up in Idaho Falls and Medford, Oregon, and that goes through the mountains of California. We also do have some rain up there inside the Pacific Northwest and down in California. We also do have some damage reports. Let's go over them real quick. We have a damage report inside of Eureka, California. It says a power line 4 feet above the roadway, so they did know some wind damage. And then you usually don't see this, but in California, in Leggett, California, law enforcement reports that a lightning struck a tree on fire. So yes, you did hear that correct. A lightning did strike a tree on fire. If you're not reading it, and you can only see it, or if you can only listening, I should say. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff to hear about. I can't believe that actually did happen, but I guess you usually don't see reports of those, so that's very interesting to see that I caught it when I did. Um, Obviously, let's go ahead and continue though. Some rain and some snow mix up in South Dakota. Snow up there inside of Idaho and Montana. And the Great Lakes region inside of Michigan. Some rain and some snow. And that's pretty much that. Don't really have anything else to say when it comes to that. Let's go on ahead and move on to the current cloud cover. Current cloud cover right now is looking pretty bad. Just gonna be straight up honest, pretty bad. Definitely gonna clear out though. But when we get into Sunday, maybe even Saturday night, but it's mainly looking like Sunday. So everyone is gonna be either cloudy or partly cloudy. I mean, you can see those clouds even behind us as well. You can see, well, there goes some white clouds for us, and actually that might be fog. I'm not sure. I think that's either some very low clouds or that's fog. I don't know which one it is, but some cloud cover back not behind this storm system as well. So very interesting stuff to see. Now let's go ahead and talk about our current temperatures. Current temperatures right now: 53 inside of Orangeburg, 48 Columbia, 90. I almost just said 90. 43 inside of Newbury, 41 inside of Lawrence, 41 Woodruff, 39 in Spartanburg, 52 in Chesterfield, 61 in Conway, 59 in Myrtle Beach, 59 in North Myrtle Beach, 61 in Somerville and Moncks Corner, 62 in Charleston, 61 in Beaufort, 52 in Allendale, 48 in Augusta, 48 in Columbia, 52 Camden, 55 Sumter, 57 in Florence. So pretty much, you see this boundary right here. You can see my mouse actually. So there's that little boundary right there. Kind of like on this side, you get in the 40s. If you're on this side, you get in the 50s. So that will probably change though, as those temperatures will probably lower as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the minimum temperatures for tonight, because I mean we were just talking about these temperatures being split. Let's go ahead and look at the minimum temperature. Minimum temperatures obviously 50s from PD region down to the low country, 50 near Sumter, 47 near Columbia, 46 Augusta, 40s up there in the upstate, 50, let's see what that is, 58 inside of Charleston and Myrtle Beach, 54 inside of Florence, 57 inside of Savannah. So those are our minimum temperatures for tonight. Here's our max wind gust for the next 24 hours. The only place where we could probably see some wind gusts is either up there near Greenville, Spartanburg with 20 mile per hour wind gust, or over there near Myrtle Beach, where we could get a good 30 mile per hour wind gust, in Florence 20. Everyone else though gonna be calm, 10 to 15 miles an hour, if not less than that. So we're just going to wait and see what happens with these wind gusts. Right now, I think the highest one I got was around 15 for today in Somerville. So let's go ahead and continue. Here's our rainfall. Rainfall is overall going to be from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock tomorrow. Charleston will see around a 1 inch. Myrtle Beach at 1.3. Florence 0.7. Sumter 0.6. Columbia 0.2. And the upstate around 0.2, 0.3. And those are all in inches, by the way. So 0.2 inches, 0.3 inches, 0.6, 1.3 inches, you know. So all of those are going to be our rain totals for tonight. So again, this rain will probably continue until Saturday, but I think that it will be way more widespread and not widespread, but way more scattered and way more isolated than it was today. For sure, no doubt. Saturday is going to be not even close to the rain that we've gotten today. I mean, I've looked at my Tempest weather station. Says that I have gotten, let's see, 2.14 inches of rain. So that is a lot of rain. And then my Sane Logic said I got 1.4. So a huge difference between the two of them. Tempest and the Sane Logic one, it's very interesting to compare both of them with each other because they both work completely different. Tempest, it actually measures the rain and it feels the weight of it on it, and that's how it detects how much rain has fallen, while the Sane Logic one is just like the old-fashioned, it'll fill into a bucket and then the bucket will dump. So that's what's going on. So we're gonna have to wait and see tomorrow what both of them show up. And sometimes the Tempest will adjust itself, so it's like, okay, maybe that much really did not fall, and it'll actually take some off, or it will add some on, like it did earlier today. It added 1/10 of an inch because it was like, yeah, no, I don't think that was enough. So very interesting to see the difference, and I will surely let y'all know tomorrow what's going to happen with that. Here is our next thing we're going to talk about, the radar, what's going to look like tonight going into Saturday. We push this forward. There goes that huge blob moving off into North Carolina. And then here goes Saturday. There was isolated pockets of showers and downpours, and it's going to be out of our air mainly for a good portion of South Carolina. I mean, there could be a portion up there in the upstate Midlands that may not see a drop by tomorrow evening. So Saturday morning for sure, we should be definitely clear and good to go. Here's the ESTM that we're under today from the SPC. Just some isolated thunderstorms, a lightning strike, some thunder is possible. Obviously, we know that because we just experienced it, and they were correct with this. We do have a day 2 for tomorrow. Just some more storms are possible. You know, getting to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. time frame. So that's why Charleston and Myrtle Beach, the coast, because of that heating, you know, not everyone's going to be as hot as the coast. The coast is the warmest place during the winter, the coolest place during the summer. But so that's why when you get closer to the coast, the rain is not. Once you get closer to the coast, the rain is not like the storms are not as bad during the summer in the coast, but during the winter it's better during the coast. If that makes sense. But I mean, pretty much all this stuff, all lightning, thunder is possible again tomorrow. And then we are just out of the, sorry about that, we are just out of the day 3 outlook for thunderstorms. So that is a great thing for that. Now, obviously, this could trend upward. Would not be surprised if it did. But that is that. Now, let's go on ahead. And here's our day 1 excessive rainfall outlook. Obviously, nothing. Day 2, I don't think anything, no. Day 3, nothing. So, no excessive rainfall to worry about. And then here's the GFS now. Actually, before we do this, I want to go ahead and go over March, because this would be the day that we do our March forecast. So, let's go on ahead and talk about our March forecast. So, going on ahead and talking about March. So, as we go on ahead and go on to tropical tidbits, and we go on ahead and close that out. We're going to go ahead and close. Actually, we can use radar Omega. There we go. All right. So, let's go on ahead and go do this 1 month. All right. That should be it. So, let's go ahead and switch over to scene 2. If we go to monthly, and we go over to E. All right. So, if you go on ahead and look at your screen now, as you're looking probably right now, this, you know, goes all the way out into April, 1+ month, April. So, obviously, what it's showing right now is just what the temperatures will look like by time we get into April. But here is March, and it's something that I really want to watch for, because as you can see, we do have it does seem like for the month of March we will be above average with temperatures. So expect warmer temperatures this month. And that does not mean, oh well, it's going to be above normal than we've been seeing. No, it's just for the time of year. So it's going to be way more above average temperatures for what we'd be seeing for March, which means that, you know, we may get a little taste of spring early. I mean, we've already gotten a taste of spring, but another taste of spring early before the real spring begins in like later March. But I consider spring to be today, to start today, because this is meteorological spring. It starts on the 1st, so I'm calling it. And it's also the start of severe weather season as well. So I'm going on ahead and saying that it's spring. I'm completely out of winter. So that's for March. For the temperature wise, now let's go ahead and talk about the precipitation. Precipitation for the month of March, definitely above average. As you can see, we do have those greens over us, meaning that we will be slightly above average for the month of March for precipitation. So expect some more rain. And this is like, again, seasonal, so expect more rain than you would usually see during your March time frame. Now, and also, since it's the start of spring, we can also talk about spring as well. So this is from March, April, and May. So if we go on ahead and do this, there it is. We're going to be kind of above average for spring. Mostly almost everyone inside of the United States is going to be above average for when it comes to spring this year. So very interesting things to see here. We go on ahead and look at precipitation for the next 3 months as well. We're going to be above average for spring as well. So temperatures are going to be above average during March and spring, and precipitation will also be above average for when it comes to March and spring. So very interesting things to see here. I am watching for, again, we're going to have to watch for severe weather because, those hot temperatures, those high precipitation things, put those together, that's severe weather right there. So let's go ahead, we're going to have to watch out for that. But here's the GFS model. Let's go ahead and push this out forward. Push this forward. Obviously, that system is going to be out of our hair. And then we have this potential severe weather threat that's kind of downtrended, but also it's kind of staying the same, actually. I should say that. But if you go to the CSU, that's actually the SPC and the CIPS, the CSU, you can see the day one. Obviously, that didn't happen. I mean, the tornado threat, there was a tornado warning inside of California today. Very interesting. The first tornado of severe weather season happened in California, out of all places, which is very interesting. But if we go to, I'm not really worried about day 3. I'm really worried about the day 4 going into the day 5 and even the day 6, because we are highlighted in a little 5% risk for potential severe weather for, I think that is Thursday, March the 7th. Now, this is not the official Storm Prediction Center, so obviously this is a computer model that made that and thinks that we will be under it. But the CIPS, which is a bit more of a, kind of like this SPC, only has it really for Georgia, while the CSU, which is a more, not really conservative at all, really just goes all out and exaggerates a lot, has that day 6, 5% risk for us. But I am watching for our next day to be day 4, which mainly includes eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, western Arkansas, and western Louisiana. So that's what that's showing. And it's possible for sure. And that pushes off, brings us some rain, maybe some gusty winds with it. And then here we go. There goes another system right there that's going to go through. And this one may have a better chance of producing that severe weather as we go into our, but that's like too far. And here's what it was talking about right here as we go into our day 6. Day 6 is March the 7th. So once we go into the 7th, here it is right here, March the 8th. So I really think it's talking about this system right here. That's potentially could throw in some marginal severe weather. But we're going to have to wait and see. Push that forward some more, and then we get this huge system right here that's definitely going to cause severe weather. I mean, and this could be bad severe weather. So I'm watching this close. This is all the way March the 16th. It's 360 hours out, though. So we're not going to go ahead and trust it. We're going to go on ahead and say it's not going to happen. And we're going to wait it out and see what happens. Also, that snowstorm that I was watching for the Northeast is gone. I mean, it's just gone. There's some ice potential, and maybe some snow flurries, but other than that, it seems like most of it goes into Canada instead. Very interesting stuff. But that's going to about wrap it up for this forecast update. That was your March forecast. March is going to be very rainy, severe weather possible throughout I'd say most of March, and warmer temperatures. So thank you all so much for watching this forecast update, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning with another weather forecast update.